fucking flat. Looks sharp, not flat. And I commented, I said, your head's fucking flat, TG. Keep a hat on, no one will notice. Not flat. And I commented, I said, your head's fucking flat, TG. Keep a hat on, no one will notice. Hello, 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 hello. All right, I think I can turn my mic up. Check, 1, 2, 3. Check, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Yeah, I do. All right. If it's too loud, let me know. Yeah, I do. Well, come on, I muted that. All right. There we go. All righty then. So that was the Mackie SRM Flex portable column PA speaker. Let's see what it says here. Frequency range 25 hertz to 20 kilohertz. Coverage pattern 90-degree horizontal, 60-degree vertical. I don't know. Maximum SPL peak 118 dB SPL. Total system power 1300 watt peak class D power. Now I had it up kind of high, but you know, not overdriven or anything. I had the guitar was overdriving a little bit, and I did. All right, look, I did change the batteries, okay, and got the tuner to work a little better. But for God's sakes, you know, give a guy a break. I was streaming from my phone, which I've never done before, in the living room from my phone to YouTube for one, okay? I'm going through OBS now, so if I sat it up in this room and played through it, and you picked it up through this PreSonus Revelator mic rather than my phone mic, it would be a totally different sound, completely different sound. And we'll get to that. We'll do that, but I don't have room in here right now. Low frequency, 10-inch, 254 millimeter woofer, 350 watts peak Class D power amplifier. High frequency, 6 2-inch, 51 millimeter titanium dome compression drivers, 150 watt peak Class D power amplifier. Crossover point 600 hertz. Then the inputs are female XLR, 1/4 inch balanced, 1/8 inch stereo. Bluetooth. Output type female 1/4 inch balanced, or pretty sure there's also an XLR out. I know there is. Could actually get another Mackie subwoofer to go with it. But overall, man, I think the thing's pretty cool. I think the thing's real cool. There's the picture of it. And let me move it over. Okay. 2 of these columns can be taken out, the bottom 2, and just run the top one if you want. You can take the bottom 2 spacers out and just run the top one, which is kind of cool. Ruffalo, yeah, Mackie, that. Buckluster. Well, Buck, I don't know. You know, the two big couches in there, probably soak up a lot. It's good stuff. It's not the cheap stuff, Ruffalo. There was what sold me on it is I was looking at, I get these emails from Sweetwater, and they had this brand called Turbo Sound on sale. And some of the prices were a lot lower, some of them were comparable. But I'm looking at the watts, and the Turbo Sound stuff, you had to use a phone app to control it, or an iPad. You had to use, actually there wasn't even an Android, they didn't even list an Android app. They listed iPhone or iPad. So that means it's hooked up Bluetooth or via Wi-Fi, which I do not want to be in the middle of a gig and have a Bluetooth issue. And it says right in the instructions here, the Mackie has Bluetooth, but it says Bluetooth may cut out according to frequency interruption, whatever, something could interrupt it and cut it out. And so I spent a couple days reading through all this stuff, and I settled on this. Mackie's got a bigger one than this. They've got a more powerful one, a bigger one. But this isn't what we want for the band. Okay, if we were going to do it for the band, they recommend if you get the Bose one, and they sell the Bose too, and the Bose are just outrageous on the prices. But that if you did it with a band, a lot of guys, I've seen them do it with the Bose, and they've got two of them, and more than two of the subwoofers on the floor. They've got at least three of the subwoofers on the floor, and two of the arrays, and they've got them the pretty high-end ones. This is strictly for me and Linda to play places, to play here. Hey, I can set my laptop up with a USB mic out there in the living room, and we can play from the living room, and hopefully get a decent sound out of it, more than what I got through my phone with dead batteries. I changed the batteries of my guitar, and the tuner worked better. Yeah, your bass string's flat. No, the B string was sharp, okay? Your head's flat. It sounds like a sitar. I get it. It's my phone. You're hearing it through the YouTube stream, which the YouTube stream, if you just go with webcam and YouTube and go live, it's awful compared to streaming through any other software. The only exception, mine is under a $200 Motorola phone, okay? When you use Fred's iPhone, it's a total different ball game, okay? It's a total different ball game when you use the iPhone as opposed to using my Android, okay? So that's why I need a USB mic, and I need to use a laptop and, run through OBS and not stream through just the YouTube streaming thing. You got to use the OBS thing. God damn it. You have to use the OBS. So that's what that's all about. Otherwise, playing it back and listening to just the vocal and the microphone, I thought it sounded pretty decent myself. I thought it sounded okay. In the room, it sounded fine. In the room, I mean, it absolutely sounded fine. If you were in the room, it was sounding fine. Linda was happy with it, so that's all that matters, really, in the long run, right? If Mama's happy, we're all happy. It did, Ruffalo. It sounded really good. Johnny Kramer, not that phone, Mike. Like I said, that's less than a $200 Motorola Android phone. You know, when Fred records with his iPhone costs more than my desktop. So, hey, Squire, how you doing? John Landino, what's up? Yeah, happy wife, happy life. You got that right, buddy. And she got some new toys in the mail today too, also. So that's always a good thing. Yeah, the voice sounded good. The guitar, the battery was going dead in the guitar, and I had it turned up real loud, and it was like overdriving. So I changed the batteries in the guitar. They're not 9 volts either. They're those flat CR whatevers. Where's the package for them? I got a couple dead ones in here. I can look at one. DL 2032. Okay, so it's not the 9 volt. My Alvarez takes a 9 volt, but the Alvarez is in the case, and I put I put new strings, elixirs on the. I'm typing. I'm live again. I put new elixirs on the Taylor so I can start using it, have it ready to use. I mean, I can use. Yeah, it's got a tuner. It's got a built-in tuner. Ruffalo. Yeah, the batteries, it wouldn't even tune. It just showed everything sharp. And then if I went down low and tried to bring it up, it wasn't responding, and it would jump past. And I brought it in here and plugged it into an amplifier, and it sounded a little iffy, a little distorted, so I went ahead and changed the batteries. I wish I had a battery tester for those kind of batteries. I don't have one. Yes, Squire, I got the... Where'd I put the thing? The Mackie SRM Flex Portable Column PA System. 1,300 watts, peak power. It's got 6 2-inch drivers in the column and a 10-inch subwoofer. You can see the video. There was a live stream before this one. And Ruffalo, those batteries have been in there for about 2 years because the guitar hasn't been played in a long time. It's been sitting in the case. That's why I had to put strings on it, because the strings were shit. And I got it because 2 reasons. Being something to plug my acoustic into other than an amp. Playing small winery gigs where they don't want you very loud and they want to stick you in a corner with limited space with just me and Linda. But with Fred's setup, he's got a set of Yamaha drum pads that are about this big that he can either stand up and play or he can sit down and play. And he's going to play with us Saturday. And I'll do video. I've tried using the Wi-Fi at this winery before, and it did not go well. So I don't know if I can stream live, but we will be able to record it and then put pieces of it onto YouTube. Well, Squire, it in the right situation and you get the right one, and this is a Mackie. Like I was talking about, they had the turbo sound. Sweetwater is pushing these turbo sound ones. JBL has them. Then today, just today, I get an email from Sweetwater. PV put one out. But it's only 600 watts, but it's not a Class D amp. It's something else. So, you know, PV does things a little different. Their PV used to be the king of solid state watts. Whether you think so or not, they were the king of solid state watts. A watt was a watt. And PV knew what they were doing. But it was 600 watts. This one's 1300. I'd already ordered it, and I wasn't going to change anyway. I wasn't going to, switch to the PV one. I probably, had I known about the PV one ahead of time, I would have had to have strongly considered it. Seriously consider. Would have had to do that, but yeah, I have an interface, but this PreSonus Revelator, this PreSonus Revelator USB mic literally is an interface. It's got more control than even a Focusrite Scarlett if you're just streaming to something like OBS or YouTube. It actually has controls where the Scarlett, all it does is interface. I don't have any software that interfaces the Scarlett. And I've also got a Tascam interface that Fred gave me. And I've got, a USB board that I can hook up. This, literally, this thing. Let me put these in. Okay, check. Yep, check. This mic. This thing. Okay, let me get to... Check. Elvis has left the building. Hey. I am what I am. Okay, so this thing has way more control than I've got on anything else. Literally, I can be a screamer. Let me see what else I can do. Oh, I can do all kinds of things. Voice. I can do distortion. Distortion. How do I turn it on? Slap. Pitch down. Reflection. VOG. Domo arigato, Mr. Roboto, domo. And I did all this before, and then we got Echo. Elvis. Ed has left the building. Ring modulation. This is what the aliens sound like if they ever come to your planet. Take me to your leader. Or V-coder. So, or distortion. Yeah, so it's got more control than most. it's got, I got everything set to moderate, like HPF, gate, compressor, limiter. They're all set at moderate, but it's got more control than like the Focus, right? The Scarlett, which you plug in. Luke, I am your father. Yeah, right. If you blew a Black Widow, you could replace the basket at a gig. You know, I mean, literally. Why are you blowing speakers? That's another question. But back in the day, PV solid state gear was the best solid state gear you could buy. These days, there's not that much PV stuff that impresses me. Since the early 2000s, I think the Envoy was the last new PV thing I ever bought. Now, I'm still a huge fan of old American-made PV guitars. The only problem with playing those suckers is every one of them weighs a ton. Every stinking one of them weighs a ton. Smoke them if you got them, folks. YOLO. YOLO. But I'm tickled pink with this Mackie thing. And it's compact. It looks nice. It sounds the same. When you're in front of it, it sounds the same. Over here, in front, over there, coming around behind, it sounds the same. So if literally, what I'm going to do, I'm going to set it in the corner. I'm going to set it, here's your corner, and I'm going to set it right in the middle, pointing out of the corner, and see what that does. Hey, R. King. Hey, I don't see you too often on the live stream. I'm hoping Scott finds me again. Ruffalo, Linda blew a bass speaker in an Ampeg 50-watt Ampeg. I don't remember the model, but she got off the Ampegs. She got off the Ampegs and she went to Hartke. And I mean, she's still got Ampeg amps. She's still got 3 or 4 of them, but she went to the Hartke amps and really, really, really likes them. And I do too. Now, she'll still have to play through an amp, even if she's using her acoustic bass. There's only enough input for the guitar and the vocal mic on this PA. Now, you can line in a mixing board. Absolutely, I could. But I don't think we want to play a bass through this thing. I don't think we want to play a bass guitar through this thing. I don't know. Maybe it's okay if it's an acoustic bass. I don't know. I have to research that. But she'll still use a bass amp. So yeah, Ruffalo, probably not. Yeah. And mostly ever, that's if you blow something, you're gonna blow a PA speaker. And it's usually just putting too much goddamn power to them. And, something's too loud or whatever. Or I'll tell you what, we've had them blow when there was a wiring glitch. My buddy, a couple of years ago, I think about 2 years ago, he's got this huge PA that he's my neighbor. He's got this huge PA that's got like 18, what's he got? I think he's got 4 18-inch subwoofers, 4 15-inch cabs, and then 4 tweeter banks, and then a bunch of other shit, okay? And he bought a mixing thing that goes on a tablet, and he's still using a big giant power rack with, passive speakers and big giant power amps, Crown power amps. Or they might even be QSC, but they're Crown. I know they are. I know they're Crown because I've seen them. Everything was maxed out, and he turned it on, and it just went nuts and blew all his fucking tweeter drivers. And I'm talking a couple $100 worth. He fixed them. He just had to buy the driver, but he blew them all. He blew the whole top end out of the speaker. Triamp system, before he even got a chance to try it with that new thing, it blew everything. And I said, throw that fucking tablet away. Just go back to your mixing board and throw that tablet away. And he fixed it and hasn't set the system up since. I mean, I know he will someday. I know someday he'll set it back up, but... And I've got 4 powered 15-inch full-range cabinets. I've got 2 powered 12-inch full-range cabinets. I've got 2 powered 10-inch full-range speakers that go on poles that sit on top of 2 powered 12-inch subwoofers, and I've got 4 powered 10-inch monitors with tweeters in them. So it's not like I don't have PA. And I gave away, I've got 2 powered 18-inch subwoofers. One of them sitting behind me back here. You can't really see it. It's behind it's behind that Stage Right Monoprice, the 15-watt one. It's sitting right behind it that's what that PV Windsor is sitting on top of that 18-inch woofer with a little Roland Microcube bass amp on there. It's behind that. And then the other one's in the garage. And I got rid of a bunch of stuff. I got rid of a whole Yamaha PA system. It was about, I don't know, 15 years old. It was a 600-watt powered head with the Yamaha club cabinets that were kind of V-shaped with a 15 and a horn. Those things were freaking bulletproof. I mean, they sound great. But I'm never going to use it again, so I got rid of it. I actually got a guy to come over and paint my bathroom and fix the walls and paint my bathroom, which I could have done myself, but I killed 2 birds with 1 stone. I got my bathroom fixed, and I got rid of a PA. And I know what I would have charged to paint that bathroom for somebody else, so I thought I got a fair deal. I know I got a fair deal. Oh, yeah, the 18s move the air. You got that right, buddy. And mine are powered, and they're powered with old AB solid-state power amps. And when you turn these suckers up, Lord have mercy. The Class D stuff, I mean, I like it, but the triamping, it is insane. I've been in bands where the guys had that shit with that guy. He's been doing that for years. I would never go to all that trouble. No way, man. But this thing, I'm kind of bummed now that I don't have it set up in here to play with it. I wish I did, to show it to you guys some more. Go back and watch that video. Don't judge it too harshly. Don't judge it too harshly. Well, I got 12 people in here and 2 likes. Wow. I guess I could probably guess who the 2 likes are, but maybe not. 2 out of 12 ain't bad, so don't be sad. There's a copyright claim for You play Meatloaf on YouTube. That's a death sentence on your copyright thing, on your monetization. That's a death wish. 4 likes. Thanks, guys. I need to get people over to my Patreon. So as soon as I start getting people over there, I'll start saying what I think that I can't say on YouTube because of the butt-hurtedness. Know what I mean? Thanks, Ruffalo5 now. Know what I mean? Know what I mean, Vern? I can't wait for the weather to get good and the season to start so we can gig. And that's the other thing. When we play live, we've got outboard powered speakers out, whether they're 12s or 15s or 10s or whatever we're using for the place. And then Fred has his drum PA behind him, and we kind of monitor the vocals through that. What I'm going to do is take a line out from the board into this system, this Mackie system, and put it on the end of the stage and have a side fill for monitor. I think that'll be great. So we'll have more monitor. It will disperse the sound more. Of course, I actually probably only want to do that. I only want to send the vocals through there, which I don't know if he can isolate that. He uses a Soundcrafter and uses the iPad. I'm pretty sure he should be able to isolate just vocals to send to that. Yeah, the Bose are great. But for the price of the Bose, I think this other stuff, like the Mackie, and the JBL has one too. JBL has it. Mackie has it. Gemini has it. Turbo Sound has it. Harbinger has it. I'm not going to buy Harbinger. I'm not going to buy Gemini, although I do like Gemini equipment. A lot of people don't because it's an off-brand, but the stuff really does work very well. Fred buys a lot of JBL and a lot of Mackie, but he prefers the high-end. He'll buy like the high-end JBL stuff. Yeah, Mackie's good stuff. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt about it. Make no mistake. Squire, I have considered alto speakers on several occasions. And I would put them above the Harbinger, the Behringer. Now, Behringer makes some high-end stuff. They do. Behringer makes some really high-end stuff, but Gear Talk is boring. It's boring for you, buddy. I'll tell you what. I'm not going to ban you yet, but I'm not going to ban you yet. And that's all I'm going to say. Because I do have the ban hammer. Yeah, what you want to talk about? You wouldn't believe. Well, John, John, if you watch our practice videos, hey, Wrecker, what are you doing? If you watch our practice videos, that's what we're playing through is Sherwin Vega. And it's good Sherwin Vega stuff. No, Intruder, I agree. It is, but this is on a different level. This is me and my subscribers that watch me, and I got some new gear today. You didn't watch that live stream. So, and it wasn't a very good one because I was doing it through my phone. But I got a new Mackie PA system, the SRM Flex Portable PA, and I set that up in my living room, and I took my acoustic guitar and I played and sang through it for an hour. And I was really impressed with it, even though the sound over YouTube wasn't good because I wasn't streaming through OBS or anything. But this is a different kind of gear talk. This isn't 1,000 people in the chat asking, what's the best guitar for a beginner? What kind of strings are the best? You know, it's, come on now. This is totally different. How's the weather in Detroit, by the way? It was not bad here the last 2 days. Not good, but not bad. And it's going up into the 70s next week. Unfortunately, that's going to come with rain, which has destroyed my yard, but it was nice today. It was nice today. Yeah, I got 78 where you're at. In SD. South Dakota? San Diego. That's where my stepson lives. That's where Linda's son lives, in San Diego. He just bought a new Jeep. That thing costs more than all of my vehicles put together. And I got two pretty decent vehicles. I've got a 2018 Chrysler Pacifica that we haul the gear in, and I've got a Honda Accord. It's an older one, but it's like in amazing condition. Yeah, it was a wire nailed to the side of a house. It was, I think it was even more than that. It's like this Jeep. It's the Jeep that looks like a damn Hummer. It's the Jeep that looks like a Hummer. And he lives in San Diego, and he's got some big dogs that he takes, like, running on the beach. And he's living the life, man. He is living the life. There's no doubt about it. "48 minutes. We'll go a couple more minutes. I'm glad you guys popped in. If you get a chance, go watch the unboxing. It's kind of funny watching me and Linda try to get something out of a box that big and not slit my throat with that box cutter or cut my wrists. And this is a problem. Boxes are a problem, getting things delivered. You end up with like a house full of boxes. Yeah, happy days with new gear. Yeah, you already watched the unboxing. I know you did. Was it live or was it Memorex? That thing will travel well because it came with covers, with cases for it, and then there's a suitcase to put the uh, poles in, the extensions in, and then a cover for the subwoofer, and it is light. It's less than 20 pounds. I watched you, Record, doing some electronic work. If any of my shit ever breaks down, I'm going to send it to you to fix. I can fix simple problems, but not. I can't trace down like capacitors bad, and I can't trace down that kind of stuff. I can fix a speaker. I can solder in a tube socket. That kind of stuff. I saw you even build some testing equipment. Yeah, if it doesn't have a hiss, how do you know it's on? And that brings me to a point. Tapping my smoke. Fred got a bunch of new gear. Linda and I got new guitars, new amps, got new PA. Fred bought new PA, updated everything. Today he got a Shure wireless headset mic to do away with his mic stand and make more room for him on stage. Fuel costs more. The price of the band's got to go up by at least $100. The price of the band has to go up, and if it doesn't, we won't play. We cannot play for what we played for last year. No way, no how. And the way we're going to do it, that we were doing it $75 an hour for the three of us. It's going to have to be $100 an hour for the three of us. So, I mean, that's... And there are bands that charge more than that. I'm hoping the inflation takes a downturn. That never happens. That don't happen. Once they get the prices up, they're going to keep them up. So you got to charge more. Because I know they're going to raise the price of drinks. They're going to raise the price of the food. They're going to raise all their prices. Are going to go up. And I'll prove it. I'll guarantee it. Because I'll show the menu. So for us to play for the same old price that we played for the last couple of years, we can't do it, especially with spending all this money on new gear. And I'm at the end of it. I've said this before, but like kept buying. But no, really, we're at the end of it where there is no point in us buying anything new, really. Unless something breaks or we don't have something that we need. But we're getting to the end of the gear buying. And as far as guitars, any guitar that I would buy now would just be like a vanity. I'm buying it for vanity's sake. I'm not buying it because I need it. I only need 2 guitars. I only need an acoustic and my Stratocaster. That's all I need. When I play live, I'm going to play that Strat, that Fender Strat. There's no doubt about it. And if I get my old Strat refretted, whether I do it myself or I send it to Randy Schartiger to do it, either way, Sirax comes from Akron. Apparently he knows you. He would only know me from YouTube. I don't think he knows me in person. If he does, I would need a name, because no, I don't know that. Yeah, and Wrecker, you know, a lot of times, we cut our price just to get gigs, because otherwise they weren't even going to book. They were going to have nothing. So we would lower the price so low that they would go, oh, well, you know, Chance Wilkins, no, don't know him. If he knows me, he either knows me from YouTube only or he's lying. He's probably better than me anyway, so what do I care? He probably plays in a real big giant Akron band. You know, there's a lot more opportunity in the city of Akron than there is in the village resort of Geneva on the Lake. In my younger days, we played in Cleveland a lot. I won't even do that. Would you please send me a link to this video then, if he used me for an inspiration? Because tag me in this video, and I missed it. Then I just inspired him for my tenacity. Yeah, it's all the tourist thing at the resort, and you know, when we played this winter a bit, maybe once a month, sometimes a couple times a month, but very little. But it's still COVID restricted. So they're not getting the crowds like in the Eagles and the VFW and other clubs. They're not getting the people, so they can't warrant the entertainment. They can't pay the entertainment. Yeah, living near a resort, Ruffalo, helped greatly. Uh, it's served us well to be able to play there. Yeah, but back in the day, and I'm not even going to say not even now, you know, that Detroit would be a great place to be for music. I mean, the history of music in Detroit, and I'll tell you what, surprised that you aren't a huge Motown guy, but you might be. I don't know. Maybe you just don't talk about it. But Detroit, are you kidding me? CKLW, Detroit, Windsor. That was the biggest radio station in this part of the country back in the day. You remember CKLW, right, Mike? You Detroit, you remember? CKLW was huge, man. They had 50,000 watts in a big acoustic tower. Yeah, I'm a fan of all music. Just like I posted that video, I spent all day yesterday watching old 60s shindig shows and saw the people that were on there. It was amazing. "2022 3/6 late night guitar session." The title of the video. Check it out. He does a shout out to you. I'll have to go back to the chat and copy that. What? Type his name again. Syrax. All right, I gotta copy this. Whoops. I don't want to copy your name there. All right, thanks, man. You know, come on, let's be honest. I'm a freaking nobody. But I would dig seeing that. I will definitely check that out as soon as I'm done with this. Yeah, I'm the biggest ripper offer there is. They're just licks off the record I've learned. No doubt about that. All right, my next live stream, I'm going to do StreamYard so I can bring people in, and I will schedule it so that you know. If you get notifications, I'll schedule it so you know, so some people can come in. Yeah, everybody's copying something. Absolutely. I'm going to go check out that video, and then I'm going to go check out how good or bad the live stream with the Mackie actually went with the phone. I mean, I know it went bad because the phone just overloaded. The mic couldn't handle it, but... Yeah, definitely. And you know, when I go to StreamYard, and to get the link, and I can get to through Facebook. So you'll have to go to Facebook to get the link to get into it, but you've got no problem with that because I can message you on Facebook. All right, I think I'm going to get out of here because I'm going to go play in the living room with the Mackie for a little while. First, I'm going to watch this video. And then I'm going to go play with the Mackie a little bit more. Try to dial in a good vocal. Squire, good to see you, man, and thanks for everything you've done for us and for hanging out. Love your music. If you guys haven't listened to Squire Telecaster's music, you're missing out because it is a treat. Excellent writing, excellent execution, excellent production. It's all good. I don't know how he does it. Maybe someday he'll teach me to. But okay, guys. I'll see you on the next one. And there'll be video from the gig Saturday. So look for that. Look for that Saturday night, late Saturday night or Sunday morning. Look for that. And yeah, peace out. Peace.